Hey, hey, everybody. I didn't know you couldn't hear me. My bad. I was just talking away. Just talking away. I didn't realize it didn't switch off the countdown. And if it's on the quote unquote countdown, it mutes me. I'm not muted. So my bad, y'all. Here I was typing to Maya, like, Maya, go out and come back in. And then I realized, yeah, there's no sound. So the lag has to catch up. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you guys go out or go live that you're currently in, scroll down to the next post. It'll say, hey, I'm live, y'all. Make sure you guys come on over to YouTube because I will not be on Facebook the entire time. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize when I'm on the countdown, it has me muted, even if I'm not muted myself. So it took me a second to realize. My bad, y'all. It's been one of those days. I had to work. I also had to drop my car off, get a rental car today. So finally, the car is being fixed. So Black Betty will be back on the road soon. So yeah, it's been one of those days. I hope everybody's had a great day, great Taco Tuesday. If you didn't have tacos, I still hope you had a great day. Congratulations to Ivan and Chanel on the birth of baby Ivy. She was 6 pounds, 8 ounces. I know there were some of you guys who got it right and who guessed the right weight. I think I said 7'2". I want to say I said 7'2". So that means that they got it. Didn't they estimate that the baby was 5 pounds, 8 ounces? So basically, remember I said it's usually a pound under or a pound over. And sure enough, she was right at it, right at a pound over. I'm pretty sure their estimate was 5'8". So I could be wrong on that, but she was like right over a pound of what they estimated her to be. So congratulations to them. Taco balls over here. I hear you, Outlaw Bella. So congratulations to them. Yes, hit that like button if you will, please, and thank you. Yes, baby Ivy is so beautiful. You can go check that out on Ivan's page. I put a little heart over her face just because she's a baby and that's not my baby. So, you know how I do. But I wanted you guys to be able to see his face and how excited. I mean, some people were like, he looks like he don't know what to do. I think he was just in awe, like amazed, just so happy that she's here. And mom and baby are healthy and happy. So congratulations to them. Prayers for a fast recovery for Chanel with her C-section. And I am just excited for all the matching outfits to come. You got it right, Colette. You get bragging rights, Colette. That's what you get. That's what you get. Um, has anybody been watching? Hey, Barbie, has anybody been watching the Diddy trial? There's been so much. I've been so busy. I did put one video up on TikTok of some of the stuff that they talked about today. Please turn on subscriptions. What do you mean, like members for YouTube? Is that what you're talking about? Aw, thank you, Michelle. Is that what you're talking about? Like the members on YouTube? I have it. I mean, I'm eligible for members on YouTube. I just haven't turned it on. But I'll turn it on, shit, if y'all wanna go in there. I just know, like, anywhere there's, everywhere somebody's gonna get in, and, it goes that way on all sides of the table. But, okay, so Diddy trial, they did the jury selection last week. I'm waiting on a video to process. So, while we wait, I will talk about this. You've been watching it. Okay, so the Diddy trial kicked off testimonies yesterday, and they interviewed the security guard, which they pretty much ruined his credibility. Yes, I'm on New York. I want to go stand out there. Oh, and record for my YouTube. You should. Okay, Lita. So they did the two. I'd go out there and record for sure. So yesterday they had the security guard up there, which the security guard they tried to make him seem very credible because he is currently an LAPD officer. So they were trying to make him sound credible and, say that like he knows what he's doing as far as taking the oath and all that. That's how I took it, that they were trying to make him seem credible. Yeah, Evelyn is wild. Um, So they were trying to make him seem credible, but they pretty much tore him apart because he was talking about how, they were asking him, like, okay, well, you're a police officer, right? So in your incident report, you say now that she had a black eye, but you didn't put that in the incident report. Basically, the things that he was testifying to, he did not put in his incident report. Not only that, the security guard had taken videos of the scene, like it wasn't like he was taking it seriously. He had taken videos of the scene to send to his wife, and he's, like, joking in the videos about how shiny his shoes are, and they're like, "Why would you take videos?" And he's like, "'Cause I knew my wife would never believe that I saw Diddy." And so he testified, and he talked about that, Cassie wanted to go get her stuff, and basically they are saying that the video we saw where he was dragging Cassie through the hotel, allegedly she did not want to do the quote unquote freak off and was made to. They've also said that there was also a man that was hired, allegedly, that was hired many times. He was, I guess, an ex worker, if you get what I'm saying. And he was supposedly, allegedly hired by Diddy to do these videos with Cassie, and they were basically produced by Diddy. And is alleged that Diddy did these videos between this guy and Cassie, so he would have those to then later blackmail her with. Of course, the defense is alleging that um, everything is consensual, and none of this was true, and everything that happened, it was all consensual. Cassie did testify today. She got on the stand and testified. She did break down. She said that she felt like she had no other choice in the matter, and that it was definitely not consensual. That she felt that she would be, blackmailed, beaten, whatever, and obviously, if the security guard and everything, like, you get dragged down the hallway, it's on video, and nobody really takes it serious. Even the security guard's taking videos about how shiny his shoes are, and they didn't put in the incident report several important details, which, as he's a cop now, I would think he would know, like, those are very important things to put in there. That man was worried for Cassie, the one paid. Yes. So the one that was paid, the ex-worker, he said that he had allegedly went to her and said, "Listen, you need to get out of this. This is not gonna get better, it's gonna get worse. You need to get out." And basically he told her, like, "I can't." She said she never slept. She was forced to do drugs for days. She could not say no, saying his daughters had to leave. So 6 out of 7 kids of his showed up, and they came in force. His family came in force, and some of the kids had to get up and leave the courtroom, which obviously I can imagine, if that's your dad listening to that stuff. Right. Look what happened when she did say no. And it was on video. I mean, look at the thing. I mean, it was on video, and this was, before the Me Too movement and all of that happened. And it's just awful. Did you guys see, oh my goodness, speaking of, well, getting off topic, but speaking of people that are in jail, did you guys see that the guy that shot, was it Megan the Stallion in the feet? Wasn't that what it was? I wish it was on TV. Yeah. Wasn't it, what was his name? The one that shot was it Megan the Stallion? I don't know. Yeah, okay, so Tory. So Tory Lanez, which was convicted of shooting Megan the Stallion in the foot. The shooting occurred in 2020, after a disagreement in the car, and he was later sentenced to 10 years in prison. So he's coming out with an album. This guy, Tory, he's coming out with an album this summer, right? He allegedly got stabbed, like, I don't know how many times. And he got stabbed while he was in prison, like they said, on his face, stabbed 14 times. Rapper Tory Lanez recovering after being stabbed 14 times. And they posted it on his verified social media. He shared that he was stabbed, let's see. He was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs were collapsed and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. However, he is now breathing on his own. They said that despite being in pain, he's talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he's pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. So he was stabbed 14 times. That's crazy. Yeah, both lungs collapsed. Mm. I guess my question is, why didn't anyone call the police or say something to anyone that was along with everything? I think honestly, I think people had tried to say things and nothing happened, or um you screaming. What are you screaming about, Chubb's mom? I just think nothing. I think they knew better than to call or to say anything or to do anything. Because anybody who did, it didn't work well for them. How I pronounce it better. I don't know what the hell his name is, but um, you're free Tory? Well, allegedly he says they made a joke on the radio this morning. They said, allegedly he says that he didn't shoot Megan the Stallion. So I hope he said, I'm not saying his name again because you laughed, Chubb's mom. You laughed, and I'm not saying it again, damn it. I'm not saying it again because I was saying it wrong. No one says things in small families. Imagine saying something with someone famous. Right. He's a voyeur like May. He gets off on watching. My friend is a well known Hollywood escort and he tried to hire her. She told me about it years ago. Oh, wow. 14 times. Yes. I'm never saying his name again. Y'all made fun of me. Let me pull this video up for tonight's True Crime Tuesday. Menendez brothers sentenced to 50 years of life. I saw there was a 6.1 earthquake somewhere. I saw it as I was scrolling through here. Um, Anybody know where it was at? It was on my when I pulled my internet up, it was on there and I switched it off too fast. By the time I hit the back button, it was already gone. But yeah, 6.1 magnitude earthquake. I can look it up real quick. 6.1 magnitude earthquake reported near Greece. Whoo, 6.1 is huge. That is a huge earthquake. I mean, that is, I'm sure, I'm sure that is fatal. That's awful. Prayers for Greece. It's terrible. Hold on one second. Hold up. But yeah, it seems like just the list alone that they put out in the Diddy case. I mean, the list of celebrities, I'm like, where is this going? This trial is going to be wild because they listed so many names. I was trying to find out how many exactly they listed. Stevie J, of course. I mean, he seems like a Philadelphia rapper. Prince Harry, of course, Cassie, Young Miami, singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a billionaire whose name was also redacted. TD Jakes, Donald Lawrence, the Clark sisters, Smokey Norfolk, Fahim Muhammad, Jose Cruz. I mean, like, there's so many. Like, Jose Cruz was named as the gatekeeper. Crazy. But I feel like this trial is just going to get worse and worse. I don't feel like it's going to get better. You know? All right, let me pull this up. Sorry, guys. Maybe Ed. Manage videos. All right, there we go. All right. Finally, it's ready. All right. Let me load this up for you guys and we can start True Crime Tuesday. Thanks to everybody for joining. The case is going to be the craziest case of all time. Yep. Now, what the hell was the Clark sisters and Smokey Norfolk doing at them parties? Well, even Roseanne had talked about the parties, and she said that there were like two parts to the Diddy parties. Like the first part was, right, justice for Kim Porter, what's done in the dark always comes to light. They say Jaguar Wright has not been seen or heard of. Oh, wow. And she's been outing them for a while. I wouldn't doubt it, Vicky. I would not doubt it. I honestly think the master of this is Jay-Z and Diddy's just a minion. I wouldn't doubt that either. Nobody can be trusted, not even the jury. Now they're saying that some jurors are scared for their life. And I mean, it's going to get, like I said, it's not going to get any better. That's for sure. All right, let's get into this true crime story. This one's bad.
My wife and another man were I found them dead on the couch.
This TikToker discovered his wife was lifeless on the couch.
Okay, stand by.
Please help my wife. Please help me.
Okay, hold on, sir.
Please help my wife.
Tell me what you saw when you went in there.
I saw my wife.
Still processing, so it's not. Welcome to True Crime Tuesday with your host, me, Feminine and Fierce. This is the tragic case of Anna Abulabon and her friend Rabin Barron, who were tragically murdered by a TikTok star named Ali Abulabon, known on social media as Jen Kids.
Okay. What can I get? Hey,
Shout out to Brooke for the super chat. Thank you, Brooke. They said that Jaguar was at the courthouse, so that's good. No, they said she's at the courthouse. She was just on Facebook yesterday, Lakita said. And others said that she was there. All that baby oil, especially the pool filled with baby oil. Yeah, that's not good.
handsome? You come? Sorry, man. I'll have a venti dolce caramel macchiato with no ice.
Hey, Carmen.
What the is wrong with this guy, man? You kidding me?
Abulabon, a striking young American soldier born in 1992 in Staten Island, the Palestinian parents, grew up in Virginia, dreaming of fame. An entertainer at heart, he was the lead singer in a local band by 14, long before joining the military. Stationed at a U.S. base in Japan, he met Anna. Anna, born in 1993 in the Philippines, had a master's degree in science from the Technological University of the Philippines. Warm and easygoing, she treated social media as a quiet scrapbook of memories, not a quest for attention. The two fell into a fast, intense romance. Ali was completely captivated by Anna, charmed, obsessed, even a little consumed. Within a year, Ali had married Anna, brought her back to Virginia, and they were already expecting their first child. They named her Amira, a beautiful little girl born into what Ali later described as the American dream. At least, that's what he said. Even after the wedding and the baby, Ali still couldn't shake that old dream, the one where he was a star. But when social media began rewarding comedy and charisma, he adapted fast. In 2019, he started with skits, funny impersonations, clever parodies, and found a rhythm that worked. On TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, he played characters like rapper Tekashi 69 and his favorite, Tony Montana, from Scarface.
This is my voice one day after watching Scarface. It's a pretty good film. I love it. It's a little extreme at some points, but great film. This is my voice 1 week after watching Scarface. 1 month watching Scarface. The greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. You're not gonna find a better movie. Coño, the f***ing guy from Blockbuster. He keeps saying I have to return the DVD. You're not gonna get it back, man. Okay. God, okay. Look at this. Okay. I believe you.
Ali's comedy sketches about the video game Skyrim also gained traction, drawing in other influencers and curious viewers. By 2019, Ali was gaining serious attention. His first viral video opened the floodgates. Soon, he had over 950,000 fans on TikTok, more than 260,000 on Instagram, and over 170,000 subscribers on YouTube. To his followers, it looked like he was right on the edge of something big. A famous YouTuber, Jenna Marbles, reacted to his video, making him more popular. Anna too began showing up in the skits, sometimes as a side character, sometimes just in the background.
Hey babe, I want you to try to do the 6ix9ine impression.
All right.
Okay, so I'll do it first, all right?
All right.
Yo, like literally, you mouth for me. I want you to say, y'all know the vibes.
Murray.
Yeah.
Eventually, she started creating her own content, mainly on Instagram. She wasn't chasing fame, but still, her warmth and presence drew people in. She gained over 11,000 followers of her own. At some point, the couple packed up again, this time heading west. According to Ali, it was Anna's idea. She had friends from the military base in San Diego, but for a man dreaming of Hollywood, California was the promised land. Whether it was her idea or his, they landed in a high-rise apartment on Island Avenue in San Diego's East Village in early 2021. They were surrounded by familiar faces, a bustling city, and a promise of new opportunities. Anna was ready to start fresh. She had no idea how quickly it would all begin to fall apart.
I'm a healthy man. I listen to you. I try to work with you.
He recorded everything.
The door's right there.
The door's right there.
A billion other women out there for you that will fuck in a heartbeat.
Yeah, a billion other men for you too. Is that your hope? What? Fuck. In this relationship. What do you give me, Anna? Nothing. When's the last time you pleased me?
If it's a no, it's a no.
It's a no, it's a no. There's no way that you're not somebody. There's no way. There's my wife. 7 years. From Okinawa all the way to San Diego. She wants to leave me after 7 years. She couldn't even wait for the visa to finish.
That just means I don't need your visa. That's not what I came here for. I came here for you.
Yeah, Evelyn.
This was your plan all along, Anna. You used me. You call the cops on me behind my back? How evil is that? Anna, how evil is
I
that?
don't know who you're trying to show that video to.
How evil is that?
Are you
Complete.
showing the police?
No, I just can't believe it, because I'm going to watch this later. Look at me in the face and tell me you don't love me.
I don't love you.
Look at me.
I don't love you.
Hmm?
I don't love you. Sorry. Touch your mom.
Why do I need my mom?
That part is the mom knew.
Why do you always go back to him?
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Put him in jail? I'm not trying to put him in jail. I'm trying to remove him from my house.
That's his mom.
Whatever it takes, if you feel like your life is in danger, put him in jail.
She's not in danger. What the f*** are you guys talking about me like I'm some monster?
What kind of marriage is this? Your daughter is suffering.
Ollie's mother knew it was out of control.
She's not even giving me a chance to get my marriage
How
back.
does he have a chance when he does cocaine every night still? He lies and says he's gonna stop doing it.
You need to walk away. Please, come here.
I don't want to lose my wife. If another man touches her, I'm fucking gonna go crazy. Just keep calling the cops.
Yeah, because he just tried to commit suicide. So, that's what it is. He had a gun in his face. With my daughter sleeping on the couch.
I had to do that just to get her to come home.
Yeah, and she was
Give
the
me my
first
phone
one he
back.
called.
Ollie, give me my phone back.
Marriott Marquise, that's the place you had the birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going? Luke's gonna be there.
I told you we're going to a hotel.
Yeah,
Luke
this is
not
the after
there.
party, and you're
Luke
going.
is not there.
Yeah?
Why do you think I can bring a kid?
Yeah?
Because nobody's there but girls, you stupid. When was the last time you saw me smile? Or fucking laugh?
So how do I change that?
You don't make me happy, you just make everything worse.
I'm sorry, Anna.
You complain about everything, nothing ever makes you happy. This is why we're losing everything, because you complain. About everything good that happens to us, you complain. Everything is negative.
I'm sorry, Anna.
Yes,
I'm
CB.
sorry, babe. I don't know how I got that way. I'm sorry. I wish I could just hold you.
You know what? You know what?
I wish I could just.
That's please.
So our concern was if there's any violence.
Sure.
Was there any violence tonight?
No,
You're welcome, Colette.
I bring her to this country on a visa. She's Filipino, man. I did everything for her. We lived in Virginia. I worked for the government. Our life was set. Then her friend here. She's got friends here that she grew up with. Their lifestyle isn't that. I believe she called because she was trying to get me to leave tonight.
So somebody has to be the bigger person. What you don't want to happen is if she alleges that you hit her, we have to arrest you, and now you have a arrest.
Isn't that fucked up?
Violence,
It's a woman's world,
and
man.
then-
I gave him everything for her. I brought her to this country. And now some other is gonna be touching my woman? I don't think so.
Yeah, so only you know what's best for you and your daughter.
That's the cops.
She said she feels safe with you here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's not making money?
She would prefer if you weren't here because she's afraid about the arguing.
On September 8th, he was doing a live stream of their fight.
I'll bring you to San Diego for what? So you can run to your friends? You're not even an American citizen. I brought you to this country. Name one man that would do that for you.
Anna called the police.
Yeah, just don't say anything to him. That way he doesn't flare up again.
Oh, great. You were on the phone with police while I said that? Wow. I thought you were done with the phone call. Okay, great.
Are we on speaker?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you take me off the speaker, please?
Yep, Jill. He used that against her.
She don't think. She don't think. And you know what?
He was in the military, lead
Goodbye
up.
to your little citizenship there, Miss Philippines.
They had a
He
kid,
kept
yes.
berating her while his fans called her names.
But I'm not petty. I don't call the police on people I love. Out of here, bro. This lured me to San Diego for what? So she could be a hoe with all her friends?
Stop lying to them, Ollie.
No, it's the truth. Yeah, you got friends. Now you don't have a husband. Okay.
Faced with the threat of police, he left the apartment. This was a long time coming.
Man, never found anyone.
You're on your knees right here, fixing the suitcase, removing stuff. Yeah. And then he puts you over there. And then, can you show me where your body part contacted that? Which one?
Right here, like my head. That's right here.
The officers ended up advising her about getting a restraining order. He claimed nobody had his back, not even his own family. Fans, once amused by his antics, began to express concern.
He was doing
They noticed the weight loss,
cocaine on
the
live.
wild eyes, the desperation. Anna kept coming back to him. Between July to October 2021, the police were called 9 times for Ollie.
9 times.
Sometimes by Anna, and sometimes by neighbors.
Ollie, enough. You know, this Can somebody... Hello?
Ollie was having a hard time letting go.
Ollie!
Stop.
Give me the phone! I'm trying to leave this house!
Yeah, that's not cool.
Give me my phone!
With a bunch of guys?
Give me my phone!
Bunch of guys, huh?
Give me my phone! There's no guys! Give me my phone!
On October 2021, Anna found out that he had cheated on her. He had a girl into their house and did cocaine right on their coffee table. He said a lot of evil things about Anna. The girl felt it was her duty to warn Anna, so she found her and did just that.
He's gonna get cheated on, but he's the one cheating.
You abandoned your husband. You don't respect him. You put your friends over him. Of course you're gonna lose him.
Get out of my house, please. Get out of my house, please.
Anna was done. She wanted out.
After you me in the face, I still come back to you, and this is how you repay me?
You said you don't love me anymore.
Please leave.
You said you don't love me anymore. You said you don't love me
I
anymore.
said leave.
No.
I said leave.
No.
All right, then you and your daughter will leave. I'm trying.
So he was in the military and was stationed in Japan, and he met her, and she was from the Philippines, and he brought her back to America with her. And within a year, I mean, they got married, and then within a year, they were pregnant, expecting their daughter. So yeah, she didn't have family or anything.
No, you're not. You're disrespecting me. You ain't trying. You ain't trying.
At that point, she just wanted people to know the truth.
Once safe at the hotel, Anna hit him where
Posted on social media saying that he was had abused her and had done all these things. So basically, she posted on TikTok and let all of his followers know that he was a woman beater. And so, of course, that pissed him off more because his fans were everything to him. He's even since been in jail, he's even he has somebody running his socials, or he did when he first went. He had somebody running his socials and was having them record phone calls from him in jail and everything.
That was definitely hitting him where it hurt.
she posted the truth on TikTok.
Yeah,
on October 18th, Anna asked Ollie to leave. She filed for divorce and a restraining order. After everything, she'd had enough. But escaping someone like Ollie was never going to be simple. The idea of losing Anna entirely wasn't something he could handle. He moved into the Mission Bay Hotel, but not before secretly making a copy of their apartment key. His behavior only escalated from there. In one live stream, he drove while drinking from a bottle of red wine, casually asking if any women watching wanted to message him. He said he was just having some relationship issues. Meanwhile, he flooded Anna's phone with calls. When she didn't answer, he called her friends.
Right, Carmen.
He wanted to know everything: where she was, who she was with, why she was ignoring him. Friends begged him to back off, to give her space. But Ali wasn't hearing any of it. His cousin described him as living in denial, unable to believe Anna was serious, unable to accept that this might really be the end. His fixation only deepened. He spoke of feeling punished, wronged, abandoned. When his cousin told him to move on, reminded him he could have anyone, Ali didn't disagree. But that wasn't the point. He didn't want anyone else. He wanted Anna. And he would do whatever it took to get her back. No one realized just how far he was willing to go. But that darkness, long simmering beneath the surface, was about to erupt. And when it did, there would be no turning back.
He says he was.
3 days later, on October 21st, Ali Abulaban let himself back into the apartment while Anna was out.
So on the morning of October 21st, 2021, Ali used that key card that he had kept, didn't tell Anna that he was going into the apartment. I entered the apartment.
He'd made a copy of the front door key without her knowledge. Once inside, he vandalized the place and then called Anna to tell her what he'd done. But he left out one crucial detail.
He had
secretly installed a spying app on their daughter's iPad. It wasn't even spyware. He simply installed Discord and opened a chat, hiding the app in a folder. That chat allowed him to listen in on everything happening in the apartment straight from his phone.
Then, Ali leaves the apartment before Anna returns with her friend.
He hadn't slept in over 2 days, and he was high on cocaine. This was a dangerous combination. Later that day, Anna came home, and she wasn't alone.
Around 2 o'clock on October 21st, 2021.
A friend, Rayburn Cadenas Barron, was with her, a 29-year-old San Diego native. He was known for being kind, dependable, and close to his family. Anna may have called him for help cleaning the apartment, or maybe for protection. She had a hunch that Ali had a key and would return at any moment. Rayburn didn't hesitate to help. That choice would cost him everything. Ali was listening through the app when he heard his wife talking and laughing with a man. He didn't know who the man was, only that he was male. If Ali is to be believed, Anna was making fun of the mess he had made, the flowers he had bought, and then angrily scattered across the room. And that was enough. He flew into a rage. Just before 3 p.m., he drove from the Mission Bay Hotel to the apart complex, took the elevator to the 35th floor, cursing, crying, and praying the entire ride, praying that she hadn't slept with the man before he got there.
Ali entered the parking garage on foot, ran down the parking garage.
Around 2:50 p.m., he parked outside and ran on foot, but he sprinted back to his car before popping up on camera again.
You can see Ali running back to the street and then back down the parking ramp. He was adjusting the belt around his holster.
Police would later learn that he was adjusting the belt around his holster. If he had momentarily lost his mind, why was he carrying a gun and making it easier to access? He appeared agitated, pressing the buttons hard. The 3-minute ride to his apartment was absolute agony.
3 minutes, because they were on the 35th floor.
To the 35th floor, you can see.
And he recorded all this. He had his phone in his pocket. So the audio that you're hearing, like when they switch back to the audio, that's actually his audio from his cell phone. So he recorded everything. And he was having small talk with people in the elevator because they lived on the 35th floor. It took him 3 minutes to get up there.
See Ali with a black baggy sweatshirt on, so covering the gun in the holster that was inside his jeans. His phone also not visible in his pocket. He had the white key card. He flashed it to press 35, and then he rode the elevator up calmly. He would have a couple of short interactions with other individuals who got on and off the elevator.
This is his audio. I mean, his video.
Ali gets off the elevator.
Security footage caught him sprinting out of the elevator. He stormed into the apartment. He ran around the corner. He can be heard using his electronic key card to open the door.
You can hear him opening up the door. He racks around into the gun.
His wife and Rayburn were sitting on the couch. Ali walked right up to them, pulled out his gun, loading it, the sound crisp and clear on his iPhone.
You can hear Rayburn call out.
Startled, Rayburn exclaimed,
and then we hear the gunshots
before being shot.
You can hear Anna's voice as well. She's calling out.
3 times in the neck, cheek, and the back of the head. Anna screamed.
He racks a couple more rounds in after the first 4 shots.
He turned the gun on her next, shooting her in the forehead at close range.
Hey, Ashley.
Goes back and forth a few times and screams out Anna's name.
Anna! Anna!
He paced in and out of the apartment before deciding on a plan of action.
Anna! Anna!
What he didn't know was that a neighbor's Ring camera had captured some audio. He was trying to make it seem as though he had come across the couple that way. This was followed by a phone call to his mother. He confessed everything, sobbing and crying. After that, he called 911.
Dispatcher, people out here are coming.
Yes, ma'am. My wife and another man were, I found them dead on the couch, bullet wounds to the face.
Wait, someone was shot?
2 people, a man and my wife.
Okay.
Ollie was calm so far. He claimed he'd arrived home to find Anna and Rayburn already shot, trying to place himself outside the crime. After speaking calmly for a while, explaining his address, he suddenly started crying.
Said Billy.
Okay, stand by. Okay, hold on, sir.
2 more minutes of this while he identified Rayburn and gave out details, and the dispatcher confirmed.
Your wife was shot in the face, is that what you said?
Yeah, the forehead. He had 2 or 3 bullets in the head.
He's also shot? Ray is? Okay. Did he have the gun still? Was there anyone else in the apartment?
No, I don't know.
Still armed, Ollie left the building and drove to pick up his daughter from school. Since Anna had asked a friend to pick up Amira, the friend was shocked when she saw Ollie pull up in front of her and drive off. With Amira in the car, he told her that he had hurt her mother. Meanwhile, officers had reached the apartment.
No, she was at school, Vicky. She was at school.
They were still unsure about where the shooter was, so they had to be armed and ready. The officer finally hit the handle to get it open.
Yeah, Carmen.
So I just want to maintain like the integrity of that's why I wanted to just get out of here and just have fun.
Do me a favor. How about with security for us? I don't want someone coming back. Definitely back over here and snow police, okay? So you're posted up on
I know, Tina.
Let's have you two hang out here, just start looking for evidence. Stay in here, walking around the scene. I'm gonna need you to listen, Joe.
The officers discussed a plan of action. They had to ensure the crime scene wasn't tainted till the detectives got there, so they had to preserve it. At the same time, they wanted to check where the shooter had slipped off to. The shooter in question was in a car with his daughter. The neighbor had already called 911 when she heard the shots, and suspected Ali was involved in all this.
The witness describes the suspect as a Middle Eastern male that goes by the name of Ali.
They tracked his phone, as well as announced a lookout for his Jeep.
I think she was 5.
Be advised that the suspect drives a black Jeep Wrangler.
Ollie's Jeep is spotted on the I-15 freeway where he is arrested.
They arrested him 45 minutes later on State Route 15.
We're gonna make sure she's alright, man.
Alright, but in my walk, I'm saying mom is driving to Vegas to try to come get her.
Okay.
Amira, I love you, Amira! Amira, help me!
Yeah.
I can't wait to divorce you so I can start my new life. You're gonna be sitting on the couch, drinking your fucking tequila, sitting next to your fucking gym rat boyfriend with tattoos who fucking doesn't have the brain to hold the conversation, and you're gonna watch Netflix one day and you're gonna see my fucking face on Netflix. Who the fuck do you think you are? I'm a fucking god. I'm a sexy motherfucker. I'm a fucking internet celebrity.
Right, Jill.
Can you please send the police on 1475 Island Avenue?
Okay, what is your name?
My name's Anna Abulabana.
Are you having a fight with a spouse or a boyfriend?
Yes. And it's
Did he hit you?
It's physical. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's his name?
His name is Ali, A-L-I.
Last name?
Abulaban, same last name.
Listen to me, Anna. You are fucking lying to me. You said you were going to be out for 2 hours. You were going to pick our daughter up, and you were going to go back home. You said you were going to fucking call me when you get home. It's 4 in the goddamn morning. You fucking lied, and you're cheating on me, you fucking bitch. I hope you fucking regret that shit. You stupid fucking bitch. I've been trying to fucking get you back every goddamn day, and you ignore me, you fucking continuously disrespect me. You are not fucking single, you dumb bitch. You are not fucking single. Call me now.
True Crime Tuesday, Miss Turner. It is, Vicky. Very sad. It is hard, Cat. Unless you've been there, it's very hard. There is a cycle to it. No, Jill. She had a restraining order. 3 days. She got one. She called the cops, got one. 3 days later, this happened.
Anna! I saw my wife on the couch with blood coming out of her head.
Wife is on the
hamburger. I don't know who he is. His name is, I mean, I know him. His name is Ray.
Ray? Okay. I know you said your wife was shot in the face. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the forehead.
I understand.
He's also shot. Ray is. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Karma. That part.
You have a prepaid call from
Ali Boulevard.
An incarcerated individual at the California State Prison, Los Angeles County.
I want to pay.
Yes, Melody.
And what I did not do was commit murder. I should not die in a prison. When I was first arrested, they were telling me I was going to get the death penalty. But when I tell you, that was the scariest thing of my life.
Right.
I couldn't even sleep. They had to put me in solitary confinement because when I first went to jail, I was having nightmares of my life, and I would wake up screaming Anna's name. And I couldn't stop.
Yeah, Rhonda, it is.
I was obsessed with Anna.
It's good to see the signs and the red flags, though.
And when she told me that I should focus on myself and that she didn't want to be with me, I didn't know even begin. I never tried to get away with this. From the day I was arrested, I told the detectives what happened. He didn't even want to play that video in court.
Right, Kelsey. He couldn't handle it. When they leave, that's the most dangerous time.
We have learned that the suspect is a 29-year-old man. His name is Ali Abulaban, and according to the jail log, he was booked last night into jail on 2 counts of first-degree murder.
My name is Kelly Hessedal. I'm a reporter at CBS 8. I've been following the Abulaban case for more than 3 years now. I covered it from the beginning through the trial. Definitely a case I will never forget covering.
Yes.
The shooting happened at the 35th floor, apartment 3508.
2, 3.
I'm so sorry, Tanya. I'm glad you're here with us.
I got eyes. Hit it low, underneath the handle. One more.
And that door was rough.
So I remember we were there outside the Spire Apartments the day after the shooting happened, and we were just kind of hanging out all day long, waiting for somebody to go in and out of the building so that we could talk to them. Right before my live shot that afternoon, sitting inside our car, and this neighbor came up to us and said, "You're not going to believe who the guy at the center of all of this is. He's a big deal. He's an influencer. He has a lot of followers."
I have to tell you something. Okay.
Right on him.
You guys aren't real.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Nah, I'm real as fuck.
I think the whole fact that I had a social media presence was why it became nationwide news. they were already calling me things such as the TikTok murderer, and I wasn't aware of it at the time. And that right there was already putting the wrong impression in people's mind. And I wasn't able to defend myself. I wasn't able to explain anything until 3 years later.
I'm so sorry, Jax. I'm glad you got out of that.
No, but we don't want to contaminate
Did they get my wife? Did they get my wife?
We'll get that figured out. Your daughter's name.
Amira.
I don't even see Melanie.
It's in a safe.
I don't see
And the couple
Melanie.
had a 5-year-old little girl. She was in the car when police
Yes,
arrested
CP.
Abulaban. He told her, "Daddy hurt mommy." I think a lot of people pretty shocked and just couldn't believe the fact that a little girl was caught up in all of this too.
Amira, I love you, Amira. Amira, I love you. I miss you. I love you, Amira. I love you. Don't think you're coming to me. Don't think you're coming, okay?
At the time, it was unknown whether she was inside the apartment when the murders happened or not. And so the main goal was to make sure that the child was safe and that she was being cared for. My name is Taryn Brast. I am a deputy district attorney, and I was the prosecutor assigned to the Ali Abulaban trial.
How many murder cases have you tried before?
This is the first murder trial I've done. I've worked on other murder cases, but this was the first one that went to trial.
This was October 2024.
Not guilty plea, denial to all allegations.
I was assigned the case the day that the murders happened.
The defendant was married to the victim, Anna Marie Abulaban, and they have a 5-year-old daughter.
Abulaban himself was crying.
Yeah, the
Several
trial was
family members in the
2024.
courtroom of the victims were crying as well. This was not a typical arraignment. It was very emotional. A lot of times arraignments are pretty standard. Sometimes they're only a couple of minutes long. Sometimes the suspects are just stone-faced. They don't want to be anywhere near the camera. They look down or they try to hide from the camera sometimes. And this was definitely not the case with particular defendant.
Oh my goodness.
I was crying, for God's sake.
Thank
I'm not
goodness.
Brad Pitt, for God's sake. I can't make myself cry on demand. I was crying because I'm hurt by all this. I'm hurt, and I don't want to see people hurt. I don't want to live the rest of my life knowing that the mother of my daughter
Oh
is dead.
shit. Yeah, Facebook is still on.
Abulaban had installed
Facebook.
an app on his daughter's iPad so that he could listen to Anna inside their apartment.
The defendant was monitoring this application, and when he heard his wife with another man inside the apartment, he got a loaded gun. He ran from the elevator to the apartment. He immediately fired 6 rounds from his firearm. First, he shot Rayburn Barron 3 times.
Yes, CP.
Bullets entered his neck, his cheek, and the back of his head at close range. And then he fired at his wife, leaving 1 gunshot wound in her forehead, again from close range.
I always sure to tell the family in advance and the friends, these are the things I'm going to say. I know it's very traumatic and hurtful to hear all of these things, but it's important to show the judge how serious the crimes were. If they wanted to leave the courtroom, they could, but a lot of them understood and they wanted to stay to make sure that justice was served.
Several witnesses took the stand Monday, including a detective who talked about Ali's demeanor after the shooting, and that led to another outburst.
You think I wanted this? I wanted this! Who the you?
Mr. Abulaban, I need you to stop.
My life is destroyed!
Mr. Abulaban, I need you to stop.
Oh, Melody, yeah, for sure.
I mean, even when I walked into the courtroom for the first day of my trial, I felt the energy immediately. I knew.
Yeah,
I just felt a sense of dread. There's nothing. I knew that there was nothing I could say to change my mind. These people already had the mind made up about me.
Dad was the defendant executing Anna and Ray. Cold, calculated murders.
Abulaban's attorney admits her client killed both victims, but says Anna drove him to the edge by introducing him to drugs, lying to him, and having a relationship with another man.
Oh, Mel, he did
Anna
many
knew
outbursts.
Ali well. She knew exactly what to say and how to say it. Cut him directly to the bone.
Yeah, Kelsey.
The courtroom was always packed, so they always keep the defendant's supporters and the victim's supporters on opposite sides of the courtroom for obvious reasons to keep them apart. We never really saw any supporters for Abulaban in the courtroom. It was mostly just supporters for Anna and Ray. The screen on the wall was where they would play all the videos, so you quickly realized you wanted to get into the courtroom early because as a member of the media, you wanted to sit on the side where you got a better view of that screen. He recorded his life.
Where am I supposed to go?
You don't have a phone.
Where am I supposed to go if I'm going to leave?
You don't have a phone.
Where am I supposed to go if I'm going to leave? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Doesn't make any sense.
So where'd you go when you left the house?
I was outside.
Outside doing what?
I was outside smoking my joint. Don't. Oh, now you want to do that. Okay, now you're going to hurt me. All right? I come back for my phone, that's it. I came in peace.
You're not leaving me with your daughter.
Well, I'm not leaving. You're not
I'm the one that said I was leaving.
No. I don't know why you're blocking me in here. I don't know why.
You need to stop.
You need to stop. You're the one.
We agreed we were going to break the lease and we're going to do it.
Okay, and I agreed. But
So why are you leaving?
Because I need to go.
No, you don't.
I'm not staying here with you.
No.
Sorry. No, I'm not staying here with you.
He live streamed to all of his followers when Anna was on the phone with a 911 dispatcher.
Fucking talk to me, bitch.
This is crazy.
Fucking taking away my whole life. I got a top secret clearance. You trying to fuck that up? Fucking bitch. Fucking talk to me. I'll bring you to San Diego for what? So you can run to your friends? Fucking bitch. You're not even an American citizen. I brought you to this goddamn country. Name one man that would do that shit for you, bitch. Fucking asshole women, man. Ungrateful motherfuckers.
We saw hundreds and hundreds of text messages between Anna and Ali on their cell phones, just this massive amount of them arguing back and forth, saying some really nasty things to each other. We
literally fell on the ground.
We heard testimony from investigators.
During cross-examination with former San Diego Police homicide detective Ricardo Escalante, the defense asked about cell phone data he analyzed, including whether text messages between the victims proved they were having a sexual relationship, despite Anna telling her husband she would...
I couldn't believe I did that.
Of course, you always wonder if a jury will believe a defendant's
Yes,
stories
he was,
and a
Evelyn.
defendant's lies, but I knew that the case was good. You never did a single thing to help her
Cocaine,
inside the
Christine.
apartment, correct?
I didn't think I was capable of it. I didn't know how to.
You did not do a single thing to help her, right?
No.
There were fireworks during cross-examination.
On October 18th, you were also researching teen porn videos, correct?
What? What did you just say?
That's what you were researching, correct?
Say it again?
Teen porn videos.
You're out your mind. Show me the teen you just said. You want to paint me as some kind of child molester? Show me show me. What you just said. I've never seen that in a discovery. I've been incarcerated 3 years. You never showed that to my team. Where did you get that?
When a person is confronted with a lot of bad facts, they're going to get angry. And so that ended up happening. He just ended up showing his true colors, which was a violent, controlling person, both in his actions with Anna and on the witness stand. I'm asking you a question.
Because all I heard was,
You cannot ask me anything. Right after you shot Anna in the head, you pushed her head down into Ray's lap, right?
Oh, I'm not going to tolerate this.
The audio from the actual shooting itself was something that he had recorded on his phone. You believe he said the word respect, right?
Correct. We listened to it hundreds of times to make sure that we were hearing everything correctly to be able to argue it to the jury. And that's what we heard.
He took a photo of his dead victims. He did that on purpose. He was proud of what he did. And you saw how hard Detective Escalante had to pull to get the gun out. You did not hear that on that recording.
right? That's because he already had the gun out.
Ali Boulevard is not a murderer. Yes,
His defense
he
attorney.
killed Anna, and he killed Ray, a man with whom Anna was having an affair. And he cannot undo what he has done, but he did not murder them.
And this was a month-long trial, so there was a lot of evidence to go through. The jury deliberated for a day and a half.
Yeah, the verdict was very tense. It felt like everyone was holding their breath, just waiting for that verdict to be read.
We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
He cheered.
Silence. Nothing. Of Rayburn Cardenas Moran in violation of Penal Code Section 187, Parent A, as charged. Verdict. We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree. Anna Abulaban.
It seemed like Abulaban was in disbelief that he was found guilty of first-degree murder.
I was trying so hard in trial to show that this was not a murder. This is not something that I was planning. This is not something that I wanted to do. This was just something that happened.
You also saw people who were in the courtroom for the victims. They were thanking the jurors as they walked out of court.
Of course, I was grateful for the first-degree murder verdicts.
First time we heard from Anna's sister, and you could feel this wave of rage and pain that she just unleashed on him.
We wake up every day wishing that this nightmare was just a bad dream. But the reality that we are forced now to live without her.
And then we heard from Ray's family members.
He was a peacemaker, always bringing us together. He was loved by many people, and he touched the hearts of everyone that had the privilege of meeting him.
What his aunt said, truly heartbreaking.
My mother, who is now 91 years old, who to this day believes that Ray died of a heart attack because we had to keep it away from her, the horrible, horrible murder.
Abulaban also addressed the court. It was his chance to apologize to Anna and Ray's family, but to them, it didn't feel like an apology.
My response in that moment was an unintended, impulsive reaction against my better judgment to the discovery of Ray's romantic involvement with my wife. And for that, I'm sorry.
And he also told the judge and the courtroom, the killings, this wasn't me. This wasn't who I am as a person. Well, the judge addressed that statement and basically said, yes, it is. You're a cold-blooded killer, and you deserve to spend the rest of your life behind bars.
It goes without saying this crime involved great violence. It involved a firearm. It involved vulnerable victims who, again, had no time to react, no time to defend themselves. It involved planning. I don't think you could say it was sophistication or professionalism, but it certainly involved planning. When you load a gun, arm yourself with a gun, drive 10 or 15 minutes to an apartment complex. As we saw on video, his demeanor going up the elevator, his demeanor going down the elevator, that showed planning. I reject the fact that his childhood contributed to this at all. That was, I hear
that's what he thought he
terrible childhoods day in and day out. And his was not ideal, but it wasn't what we hear in this particular court. He's a very talented actor. He is a very talented actor. When I saw the Scarface videos, it's as if when he committed these crimes, he became that persona of Scarface, of just the cold-blooded killing without remorse. Any tears that he's cried in this courtroom have been for himself. They are not for Ray and Anna. It's just, that's the reality. He fears the consequences, as he should, of his actions. But as he sits here today, I don't know if he's really sorry. I have serious reservations about it. I know he's sorry about the consequences of going to prison for the rest of his life. But I can't say that I think he's sorry for having killed these two innocent human beings. He's a very selfish person, as I think the jury saw. That was something that his character kind of came through, and we ask, who is Ali Abulaban? That's who he is. That is only thinking about himself, and the idea of killing two innocent people doesn't disturb him.
I don't know why I didn't show I must have cut it out. The video of him confessing to his mom.
How do you make that distinction of you obviously killing Anna and Ray and not being a murderer?
Right. So what I mean by me saying I'm not a murderer and me attempting to appeal the outcome of this trial, it's because a murderer is somebody who's planned, plotted, and premeditated to kill a person. And that's not me. People were saying that I was getting the vibe or the feel I was being, I was playing the victim, or that I was so defensive and arrogant. And even my dad told me that too. He's like, you keep up this vibe. And I wasn't aware of that, guys, and I'm so sorry for even presenting myself like that, because I've never been to trial. I've never in an apartment setting. It was very strange having to see all the worst things that I've ever done and said be shoved at me, and so I naturally became very defensive. And I just want you to know it for whoever cares. Like, that's not lying. I do have a heart, and I do have remorse, and I do regret everything that I've done.
Amira was, of course, an innocent victim in this case. Very, very sad that she lost both of her parents in the same night.
She's still staying with Ali's mom?
She is still with Ali's mother.
And I'm talking to my daughter again.
Yeah, he's with, the daughter is with his family.
Do you ever think about what eventually you'll tell her?
It's sad.
Yeah, there's times where, for the most part, I try to live my day focusing in the moment, not in the past, but there's times where it creeps up on me, right? Like,
oh, I've seen
it happens usually when I lay down and try to go to sleep. I'll get this like pain in my heart where I think of like, I had this like image in my head of my daughter being a teenager one day and saying, so what happened, Dad? What happened? Why did that happen? And I want to be able to do that, but I don't want to do that in a prison, you know? Like, I want to be able to sit with her. Well, I'll do it. Look, I told my mom this. Whenever she's ready to have that conversation, I will do that for her. I owe it to her. I owe it to her. Talk to her. And I'll tell her everything she wants to know.
He recorded this video.
Anybody would get crazy off of how I was acting. I totally get it. Oh, just want to let you know I'm learning, and I see the truth, and I do.
Because they were in America, probably, Chris.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all this.
Probably because they were in America. You have to understand she was not a U.S. citizen, but the child was a U.S. citizen. So yeah, hold on. I don't know why it didn't show that. The video of him confessing to his mother. Because what he didn't realize, before we saw him call 911, right? We saw him call 911 and say that somebody else that he just found them that way, right? That he had just found them that way. Well, before he called 911, he had actually called his mom, and a neighbor's Ring door camera, their doorbell camera actually picked up him talking to his mom, and he confessed to his mom before he called 911. I don't know why it cut it out of the video, but listen. So he called his mom and he said, "I just shot and killed her." He explained everything. He said she was in there with another man, all of these things. And the mom was like, "Stop playing. This isn't funny. This isn't funny." And he actually took a picture. He went in there and took a picture of her and sent it to the mom. And the mom testified during the trial and said that, that he called and confessed, and that she said, "Stop playing. This isn't funny." And she says that when she got the picture on her phone, she immediately deleted it and hit the floor. But she didn't say anything about calling the police or anything like that when it happened. But yeah, so this was caught on Ring Door. So on the Ring, camera. So he couldn't have. I wish they would turn it off. What she's saying. I wish it would take off the. I don't know that you can. But yeah, captions. No captions, but yeah, you can see it on the bottom. But yeah, so he did all of that before he ever called 911. He never tried to assist her, help her, CPR, any of that. Obviously, she was pew-pewed in the forehead, but still, he didn't try anything. And like I said, he had that whole conversation with his mom, took a picture, sent it to her, all of that before he even called 911. So he can say it wasn't premeditated, but again, it took him he had to drive from his place and all of that. Then he had to go back and forth in the parking garage. Plus, he had to go 3 minutes up an elevator, and even people stopping and him having conversation and everything. So, I mean, he had plenty of time to be like, okay, this isn't, because he knew it wasn't like he just opened the door and found her in there with a man. He already knew there was a man in the house, and that he had already been in the house that day. And because he made a copy of the key card to get in the apartment, he went in when she was gone, trashed the place, called her, said, "I trashed it," left. She came with the guy, and then he had put that thing on the iPad. So he heard them talking and laughing. So he knew before he even left his own house that there was a guy there. So it's not like it was a surprise when he walked in. But when you walked in the door, the couch was like, it was the kitchen, and then the couch in the living room was to the left. So as soon as he walked in the door, they were sitting on the couch, and he just immediately did what he did. So they had no time to do anything. They had no time to react, no time to even move. They were still sitting on the couch when they were found. Yeah, that's a long time. He knew exactly what he was doing. He opened the door to evil, and that's what happens. Yeah, he put that on there, and then he heard her talking to a man, and because what happened 3 days prior to this is when she had called the police and was finally done, and they told her how to get a restraining order and all of that stuff. And then this was 3 days later. So calculated, right? And then he went and picked up, then instead of staying there, he went and picked up the daughter. After he called 911, he left, went and picked the daughter up from school. Well, she had already arranged for a friend to pick the daughter up. So the friend was like, "Why the hell is he in front of me getting the daughter?" And ended up getting arrested with the little girl in the car, because obviously even the neighbor who called had suspected that it was him. So, yeah, very planned and calculated. Yeah. It's definitely a sad story for sure. And now he is appealing his case. He's appealing his case and trying to get a lesser sentence. I think he really thought that he was going to get crime of passion because he walked in and his wife was with a man. But again, after all of the evidence, it was clear that it wasn't like he was surprised. He went there knowing that she was with another man. But yeah, so it's not like and I really think that he thought that's what he was going to get. I think he thought for sure that he was going to get like crime of passion and not get as much time. And I think that's another reason why he kept saying like, I didn't go up there to do that. I didn't do, like kept saying that. And of course, his defense attorney said that, they were just in a toxic relationship and she knew what buttons to push, basically blamed her for it. So yeah. And it's sad. And even more sad is that the fact that the guy that was there, allegedly, they were not even in a romantic relationship. Maybe he liked her. Maybe that was headed that way. But allegedly, they speculate that he either came there with her for protection or to help her clean up, make sure that she wasn't alone. And then that happened to him. Yes, FBI, definitely a very sad and tragic story, but an interesting one. And it's great for awareness for DV because, the red flags, all those things were there. And sometimes you don't see them. He thought he was untouchable. He said he was a god going through this. And when I got the restraining order, I was so afraid I left my home for 3 months. Yeah. That's the saddest part. The most dangerous time of a victim's in any of the cycle of abuse, the most dangerous time is when they leave. That is when the most of the time the unaliving occurs is once they leave. Once they get the courage to leave, that's what happens. And sadly, that's what keeps people in the cycle so long because they are scared, or it's financial reasons, or there's a kid involved, or they have some kind of secret they don't want out. Maybe they're on drugs, maybe they have an addiction, maybe that like there's so many things that keep victims in the cycle longer. So it's very sad. Ollie G in the house. He really took those characters and that when the voicemail he played that I played where he says you'll be on the couch with your muscle boyfriend and you'll be watching me on Netflix. Sadly, she's not here to watch him on Netflix, and he's not on Netflix, but he is on several others. I think it's on Peacock. 50 Cent did a documentary on this. I think it's a 90-minute documentary. And I didn't even know that 50 Cent did this documentary until I was doing the research to show you guys this or whatever. But yeah, I guess 50 Cent did a documentary about this and it's on Peacock. They said it's 90 minutes. I haven't watched it. But yeah, I thought that was strange that 50 Cent, I guess maybe because he was a TikTok star. It is sad, yes. I did a video about this when he was, I think, on trial. So I think he was on trial about 11 months ago. And I think I did a video. I know I did a video about this at one point. I can't remember. I want to say it was when he was on trial. But I may have done it years ago. I just remember him being in the hallway confessing to his mom. So I know I've done a video at some point about this one. So when they feel like you are really done and really leaving, they can lose it. Yes. Yeah, it was. It was really good. Well, I will be back soon with some malarkey. So I will see you guys soon. I will make a right when I end this, I'll make a scheduled live probably around 11:15 somewhere in there. So I will see you guys soon for some malarkey. Thank you guys so much for joining me for True Crime Tuesday. I jumped to the end to find out you were still live. I have to go back. Yes, Anne. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Also, don't forget this week, there will be a True Crime Tuesday on Thursday. So we're doing it twice a week now. True Crime Tuesday will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Malarkey 7 days a week, honey. Well, as long as I don't fall asleep. But I will see you guys soon for some Malarkey. Thank you so much for tuning in and for supporting me and joining me for True Crime Tuesday. I will see you. I would say I'll see you next Tuesday, but I'll see you Thursday. And I'll see you soon for Malarkey.